Good afternoon. Well, evening. It's 5 to 6, and I'm still on the road. I left the house this morning about half 5, quarter to 6. I had a customer job first thing, taking me over to Bangor. Now, Bangor's lovely. Wales, love it. North Wales, love it. Not for work. It was naff. So I delivered in Bangor. It was a sight as usual. Riggers arrived about 9 o'clock, and I got it offloaded straight away. Only half a van load. And I went and parked up at Ansder, and I parked up there for about half an hour. And I thought it's 9 o'clock to half nine. I was looking. The closest things to me were in Chester or Liverpool, quite a distance away. So I started heading back, and I stopped at Chester Services. I needed the loo. And obviously it was pretty busy because it's Greenfields this weekend. And obviously they can start going from Thursday to start camping and stuff like that. I think I'm right there. But there's definitely loads of people that looked like they were going to a festival. And I stopped there for a little bit because there was a job from literally 2 minutes down the road from Chester Services. I can't remember where it was going. Oh, it was like towards Carlisle way. And I bid on it, and it got rejected, and then the job disappeared, and it got reposted saying pays 155, let's say. It was 155. No, it was 145 the first time, actually. And I wanted 190 for it. I wasn't going any cheaper than that. So put 190 on it again. And it got reposted again, 155. So I put 190 on it again. And it got reposted 165. So I put £199.99p on it. Because at that point I was annoyed. They left the bid on for like 20 minutes. Then they reposted it. Just saying e-quotes only with no price. So I just went on my merry way, and I got to Limb Services instead. And I got to Limb Services, and quite a bit more work around there, because obviously I've got Warrington, a bit further down I've got Sandbach Crew and stuff like that. There's all work showing. And obviously I can reach Manchester and Stockport, where I get most of my work from. And I actually got a job after quoting probably like 4 or 5 jobs. I think I was looking for money. I was looking for big jobs. I wasn't looking to do small little darting around jobs. I wanted 200 quid minimum, and I wanted less than 200 miles for that, obviously. And that's exactly what I got. I had to go to Skelmersdale and load to go over to Kings Lynn. I got £1.25 a mileage, just shy of £1.25 a mile. And it was down as a medium wheelbase job, and I got there and it was this big. Yes. It would have fit in a backpack to go on a motorbike. But they wanted it as a medium wheelbase job, so that's what I did. And I dropped it off in Kings Lynn. And as I was in Kings Lynn, there was a couple of jobs. There was quite a few jobs for tomorrow, actually. More than I expected for that area. And there was a couple of jobs from Kings Lynn, Peterborough, etc. And there was one job that took my fancy. Mainly because I wanted to earn more money. I'm in the mood today to earn some money. And it was a job from Peterborough to Slough to Croydon. Who the hell's going to want to do that? Picking up at 5:30. Me. I wanted to do that. I put my quote in. I went in quite optimistically high at first, and the job disappeared. Came up saying sold, so I thought, oh, it's been sold, someone else has done it. 10 minutes later, back again. So I went in a bit cheaper, and at the same time I bid on a different job, which is actually a more sensible job for me because it's taking me back north towards home. So I bid on a second job from near Kings Lynn, about 10 minutes away, up to Sheffield. And within 5 minutes, I got the Sheffield job. And I got that at a decent rate as well. and that was down as a medium wheelbase again, 3 metre van, and it's one quite small pallet. It would have fit on a small wheelbase. It might be a bit wide for a small van. But a small wheelbase definitely could have took it. But I got decent money for it again, maybe because of the area I was in, maybe because of the time of the day. But obviously, most of the time I don't get decent money for CX jobs. I get decent money for my jobs. But yeah, so I started the day on the west coast. I ended up in the east coast, and now I'm going to Sheffield. Now I'm going to find a job from Sheffield to the south coast or the north. Or I might just go home. I'm not decided yet. If there's work, I'll work. I'm still feeling awake. I'm still feeling good to work and earn some goddamn money. But if there's no work, I'll go home and snuggle with my wife in bed and know that I've done a decent day's work. So, yesterday was it? Yesterday I finished quite early. I couldn't find a job on the CX. I did a small job myself in the morning, and I could not, for the life of me, find a job on the CX. I was quoting for at least 3 hours, and I just got fed up. So that's when I decided to load the. So actually, what happened was I was at my customers. I delivered there, and they had a job for me for today, for this morning. They had the banger job. And I wanted something bigger, so I was bidding on the CX to try and find a job, either to do yesterday at a distance job, maybe out overnight, find some more work, or to find a really good job for today. And I spent 3 hours bidding, and I got fed up and I loaded the banger onto the van. And I drove away, and I got about 2 miles away, and I got a phone call off the customer. We've got another job, can you cover it? I was like, what is it? He went, I was picking up some stuff from Hyde, going down to Colchester. I think it was Colchester. I was like, oh, right, okay. How much stuff? And he was like, I'm not sure. I'll let you know shortly. But you can't do it. You got the banger on. I was like, I know I might transfer the banger on to someone else. And I thought, no, it was quite a cab that was a bit heavy and awkward, and I didn't want to damage it or anything, so I phoned the big man, the one and only Dave and the logistics, and he's not been doing his multi drop this week, so he politely obliged, went over, handballed the stuff onto the van, and dropped it off in Colchester this morning for me. Thank you very much, Dave. Obviously, always a great job as usual. I feel like I'm not talking properly, but yeah. You smashed it, as always. So yeah, I went a good job, and it came on 5 minutes after I got frustrated and loaded a different job. But hey, that's just the way it is. And Dave got a really decent job, and I've had a really decent day after it, actually. So yesterday pretty poor, today really decent. So yesterday I got home early, was what I was going to say, and after I got home early, I got a phone call off my fuel card provider. James, have you started using another fuel card provider? You've not used our cards recently. It's your fuel consumption's less than half of what it normally is each week, which is a lot. And we're just wondering if there's anything we can do to help you. I went, well, there is something you can do, because my fuel card, including VAT at the minute, was 150.9 from my Shell garage, which is a quarter of a mile from my house, which I fill up at every day. It was 150.9. The forecourt price was 146.9. I'm just going to pay for that fuel myself. I'm not paying extra to have the convenience of a fuel card when I can just get it cheaper on my own card. So that's what I've been doing. I've only used my fuel card if I've stopped at like services, and obviously you get a bigger discount because it's some of them are bunker, and it's like 149 or something, 148. But still, it's better than the 175 the services are trying to charge you. So I've not been using my fuel card very much, and he was like, "Oh well, let me see what I can do. And he came back and he was like, oh, I could get it down to 147. I was like, still cheaper just to use my debit card, my company card, and just buy the fuel. He's like, all right, I'll come back to you in a minute then. And he came back and he got it down to 145. And he said, I'll get it all sent through to you now, and from now you'll be on 145 for my Shell garage that's down the road. So it saves my run again, so I've used it. But normally, what I've done previously, if my fuel prices have been high, they've never been this high, but if they've been high, I've phoned and been on the phone for 45 minutes and not really got anywhere, not got any discount. And they've even I once mentioned that I speak to a load of lads that all run fuel cards and they're all cheaper than me. And he went, well, get their numbers then, because I'll check on what rates they're on, because it doesn't sound right to me and all this. I was like, oh, it just, sometimes I see this guy phone me. He was a nice guy. He probably didn't do his best, but he still got it cheaper than pump price. And he reckons the next few weeks he's going to start dropping the fuel price from our provider. So that is good news. Very good news. But you never know, he might have just been lying to me. I don't know. Oh, gosh. Put this down. It's actually still, for 6 o'clock, it's really sunny. It's 24 degrees, so I'm boiling out. I don't have aircon in the van. I do have a fan, but I've got a food heater thing to heat up my meals, my homemade meals, and it's actually just blown my 12 volt in the van. So I need to fix that. So I can't put my fan on. And I've bought a fridge as well, which is running off a different 12 volt, which is still working. Obviously, the fridge is cooling the inside of the fridge, but it's warming up my cab. Can't win, can I? I've got cold drinks and cold food, but I've got a hot cab. And my windows are up because I'm talking to you lovely people. Oh my god. So yeah, the Courier Exchange, Courier Exchange, I didn't say Courier Exchange, huh? The Courier Exchange. Good tikka masala on the way. Jalfrezi over there. Courier Exchange has been decent to me today. I've actually bought a lot of bids out, but I've had 2 decent jobs, both paying more than what I've been able to get recently. So is there going to be a turn? Are we going to get better work? I don't think so. Not for a long time. I think the next year, 18 months, it's going to be quiet. I don't think the industry is going to pick up where we want it to be for a while. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But obviously, if you have a look at the Courier Exchange's Facebook page, they're still pushing. The newest post was the half of you probably got an email saying you're in the top 10% or top 20% of owner drivers or courier companies or whatever on the CX. They posted that, and the reference they gave was like 33 jobs done. You're in the top 10%. You've earned 9,800 quid, and I thought, 9,800 quid for 33 jobs. That's like 300 quid a job, or 100 quid for one job, 500 quid for the next. Like, it seems very unrealistic unless it's a truck. Doesn't shout small van, medium wheelbase, or long wheelbase to me, really. Maybe a Luton if you're running hell for leather, but still doubtful. Anyway, 33 jobs in a month. Not bad. Right, I'll leave it there. I've been jabbering on for a while. And, yeah. Thank you for listening to me, everyone. Like, I know people don't always make it this far into the videos, but anyone who does, thank you for actually listening to me jabber on and just talk crap. It's really appreciated, and thank you to all my subscribers. When I first set up the channel and I got my first 100, well, when I got my first 10, I was over the moon. When I got my first 100, I was in shock. When I got 1,000, mind was blown, and I really appreciate every single last one here. So thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Bye bye.